CitrusTV reporter Ricky Sayer is live at Crouse-Hinds Hall to give us a look into how the sit-in has developed and what comes next. Ricky?
Thanks, guys. Take a look at the posters Notting NSU placed here earlier today. Wake up, there are Nazis on this campus. Syracuse, your inaction speaks louder than your promises. It goes to why protesters came here to Syracuse University's admin building earlier today. They say that Syracuse University has not followed through on the promises they made last fall when there were more than 18 on or near campus hate crimes near Syracuse University. Now, behind me, inside of Crouse-Hinds, there is about 50 protesters which are sitting there. They got here around 12:30 this afternoon. They mentioned how the university has violated the promises made. Hi, this is Ricky Sayer from CitrusTV News here with a quick update from the protest just outside of Crouse-Hinds Hall, where the sit-in continues just inside of this building. We're in the second day of this sit-in. We just got some new information. We saw Dean Ratsky as well as a few other SU officials just now talking to the protesters, and we just learned from an SU official that they are having a peaceful discussion with the protesters aimed at reaching an end to this entire sit-in. Right now, the students inside have been suspended according to them, and suspension not due to them protesting but due to them being in this building after 9 p.m. last night. That was the deadline that they were given, because 9 p.m. is when this building closed. The people who have remained are the people who have been suspended, and this includes about 31 people. And right now, the protesters, they are surrounding each of the different entry and exit points to this building here. They're watching to see if SPD or anyone else tries to come and tries to get anyone out of there. But right now, we did see that piece of paper being discussed. And Syracuse University administrators have left Crouse-Hinds Hall, where they were meeting with the protesters. They were having that discussion about whether or not they would sign the letter from Syracuse University, and they have made the decision, the protesters that is, to not sign that letter. They said they would only sign that letter and leave Crouse-Hinds Hall if Associate Chief of DPS John Sardino was removed from his position, as well as they would need to get a meeting with the Board of Trustees of Syracuse University. Now, that letter did give these protesters a way out of getting a suspension, and I believe we have some of the sound from when we learned about that out here. It was announced by one of the protesters to the entire group. Now, at the letter that these protesters were given from Syracuse University, one of the provisions would have meant that they would have had to give up the right to protest in the future, and if they did so, they would face very harsh consequences. But of course, they decided that that was too much for them. They would not agree to them. They want to make sure that they can protest in the future. Yeah, the protesters say they don't have a problem with Lynch herself. The problem is with the process. They say that they were not consulted on the choosing of Lynch as the person who would lead the investigation into the Department of Public Safety here at Syracuse University. They say, like many other big decisions, they heard about it through media, through those all-campus emails. They say that they've made their issues with DPS clear already to Syracuse University. We spoke with one of the protesters who asked to remain nameless and faceless if they could expound on their issues with how Lynch was chosen.
This is not again SU's attempt to shut down campus. They are here at the corner of South Crouse and Waverly Avenue in the middle of the street, blocking traffic always. Police have moved traffic on Waverly back to at least University. There's no traffic on South Crouse, and the other way it goes down to Irving Avenue. Now, police told us they're not going to interfere with this right now. This comes after a day when protesters thought that they would have a chance to negotiate directly with Syracuse University administrators.